Danica had been laying on the roof of the white house that Ben had sent her to until the sun came up. When she shifted back into her human form, she had pulled a blanket off one of the chairs sitting in the backyard of the house and wrapped herself in it. Right as she was sitting down, the back door opened and a woman stepped out. "Oh, child, you're really here." Her voice was soft, but there was no mistaking those eyes. She had dragon eyes, shifting colors that were a blend of brown and silver. "You look like my mother," Danica whispered. "Are you related to her?" "Heavens, no. There are hundreds of dragon families. Brown hair and dark skin are just a part of who we were in the dragon realm. We were considered to be great beauties in our time." "You're still beautiful," Danica said before she thought better of it. "Oh, I know. But that's not what we need to speak about. Why don't you come inside, child? We have a lot to discuss. And you can call me Maria." Danica followed the older woman into the house. After all, she wasn't about to disrespect an older dragon, especially a female. Once they were inside, Danica took a seat at the kitchen counter while the other woman handed her a cup of coffee and a large shirt to put on. She took a long drink of her coffee, waiting for Maria to start their discussion. "What do you know about a dragon choosing her mate?" Her question took Danica by surprise. It occurred to her that maybe she should lie, pretend that she knew everything there was to know about finding a mate. What stopped her from doing anything to get out of that discussion was the fact that she was tired of running. So many years spent hiding, fighting just to find herself. It was time for Danica to step up and embrace her dragon side. "Not much, I'll admit. My mother and father told me that when the time comes, I'll know when I've found him. That there's a connection between two dragons, and once they're exposed to each other, that connection becomes clear." She didn't know anything else about what it meant for a dragon to find her mate, other than the fact that the bond would protect her from being forced into servitude as a blood mother. "I thought that might be the case." Maria nodded in silent understanding. "Can I ask you a question? One that has absolutely nothing to do with the dragon realm?" "Of course." "Do you believe in love? Soulmates? That's what they're called in the human world, I believe." "Yeah, I do," Danica admitted. "I'm kind of a sucker for romance and happily ever after stories." "How often in the human world does one person only have one option for love? Isn't there always a second chance?" Yeah, Danica said. "Why?" "I want you to think about something, and I have to say it quick before those meddlesome boys come back. They're going to try and woo you. I think you should let them." "Who is? I don't get it." Was she talking about Ben? All of them. Before Danica could ask, the front door slammed open, and the house was filled with the sounds of boots hitting tile. "Mom!" a masculine voice called. "Did you see—" He cut off as he came into the kitchen, stopping short when he saw Danica at the counter. "You're here. Move, pretty boy." Ben was shoved out of the way as Eric walked into the kitchen, looking directly at Danica. "Are you all right?" "Don't be a ninny," Maria snapped. "She's a dragon. That fire wouldn't damage her." Well, Danica had just been outed by another female dragon. Though it really wasn't much of an out. There was no hiding who she was now, or rather, what she was. Not when Ben saw her shift. Besides, she was now apparently standing in their kitchen in just a shirt. Nothing else. What had she been thinking? The obvious answer was that she hadn't been. Looking around quickly, she tried to figure out how to escape the house. One dragon she could take without a problem. But 4 of them? There was no way in hell she'd be able to get away from them. "I'm not going to get out of this, am I?" "No," Damon said while shrugging his shoulder. "But none of us is going to hurt you." "How long have you known about me?" "Since the first time we saw you at the firehouse," Cass said and took a step toward her. "Damon was right, though. None of us are going to hurt you." "I highly doubt that." Danica couldn't help but spit it out. "You've known who I was for weeks, and you haven't done anything about it. Why? Did you summon the Dragon King?" Even as she said the words, she knew they wouldn't do that. None of them would. She blinked, and that's when she saw it. Strings winding their way through reality, shining like little pieces of light in the air. They reached through the space around her, connecting her to all 4 of the men in the room.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.